Hi all. So welcome to another day on this JMeter training. Okay. So hi all, welcome to another day on this JMeter training. And as a recap, so we are discussing all these stuff I think, down there. So we have talked about regular expression, all this why we use the A to Z method and everything. Then we talked about attributes of regular expression extractor, right? Then we started talking about some complex use cases example or with real-time scenarios, okay, where we have talked almost till 12 or yeah 12 use cases till 11, but I consider this as also like one extra two. So 12 main methodologies or tricks or tips and tricks to extract the value, and if you just know them, you can extract any value. Correct. That is guarantee to bring any value, and if you are not able to extract by using any of this method, then yeah, you can send it to me, talk to me. So that is the guarantee. They are very simple, right? We discussed they are very simple in understanding. We have to just understand only one value, which was this was little tricky, or I just said to remember because it was little complex, but that is also not a big thing. One value we can, no need to remember, just have that in mind. Okay, that's it. So these use cases you have, and when you get the scenario, always you can look back, and either you can look back in that video, study video, or yeah, to the concept you can solve. Now next is the last two things, which is interview stuff as well. Okay. So in the same line, so example of capturing last dynamic value or last selection. Okay, or last selection, which is this position is changed. Now, first we will understand, and this is interview question as well. A very tricky interview question. If you just answer this, you will be able to answer most of the things in the JMeter, right? So, and, and in that, this is more tricky. So a single question can give all the detail, like how much to know in detail about JMeter. So we'll first understand. First, let us understand the scenario. The example of picking the last dynamic value or last selection, which is changing in nature, right? So we know our JPET store, correct? So just understand. This is pet store, and then we just suppose we do the sign in, and then okay. So you know what we do here after signing in. Hope you remember the function. We select a pet, right? So either people select a fish. So understand. So suppose so that is selected pet. Now after select a pet, we select a product. When selecting a product, we are doing random, right? Random means anyone we are selecting by using zero, correct? That is what we have done in the script. So first select a pet and then select a product ID. And when select a product ID, that we are doing random. Okay. But understand now requirement is that we have to do the last selection, always the last value. And that last value is changing in nature. I'll tell you why it is changing in. So understand it very carefully. If you have any doubt, let me. So fish, there are under six fish or four fish. Okay. And understand this relation. Last value is fourth. Okay. Fourth. Okay. Total how many fish? Four fish. And last value is fourth. So you see this relation. Okay? Total four fish and last value is fourth value. Okay. Then suppose a user who select dog. So in select a product ID, he again random we have done in the scripting. That's fine. But in this scenario, the last one. So now six dogs are there. So dog are six. Okay, and last value is the sixth value. Remember, sixth. Okay, sixth. Correct. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So understand the relation. Total six value, and the last value is sixth. Sixth, right? Okay. Now again, uh, next we take any other cat, reptile, or bird. Both all three have two value only. So whether you take cat two values, or whether you take reptile two product ID, or whether you take bird again two only, right? So any one who is selecting again these three cat, reptile, bird, they have two values. Okay, cat, reptile, bird have two values, and the last value is what is the relation? Second value. Okay, this is two. So two value and last value is second value. Now the requirement is that in the script where we do select a product ID, instead of doing random means anyone. Okay, that is how we have made. Now here we have to choose the last one. Last one. So you got the idea. So any user who select fish, he should be picking the last fourth value. Means the last value, which is fourth value. A user who is picking dog, he should be selecting the last value, which is the sixth value. A user who picks cat, reptile, or bird, he should be selecting the last value, which is second value. Right, second value. Understand? You got the point. Now, how we will do that? So, what is the importance here is that this last value position is not fixed. Understand? And so that you cannot use a fixed value in your script, right? In match number, we cannot give fix because his last value is 4, his last value is 6, his last value, this three product last value is second. So you see they are changing. So last value is changing. Right? It will be very easy that if all pets have four pets only, right? So all pets, if they have four pets, then last value is 4, correct, for everyone. So in the match number, we can give 0, we can give 4, right? Hope you are understanding what I'm saying. Okay. Here, this is login, then select a pet and then select a product ID, right? So here we are sending select a pet and then we are extracting the product ID, correct? And we are doing 0. And then the product ID, we are sending it here in the next selection, correct? That is next transaction is clicking on product. And so what we are doing? We are doing 0. When while extracting, we are uh, doing 0. 0 means random. So understand that a fish, if anyone is choosing fish, so he has 4 fish, and we have given 0, means any of the fish will be picked. A person user choosing dog, he has 6 dog, and we have given 0, right? 0. So they will pick any of the 6. The user will pick any of the 6, right? For that next transaction, which is select a product ID. Or for them, right? Again, we have given 0, so uh, uh, that's what they will pick the second value. Sorry, we are using 0, so they will pick any random, right? 0 means random. So that is how the our problem is getting solved, and we are not like that is very simple, right? That is very simple. Now here the requirement is the last value. We have to pick the last. Understand? And last value is not fixed. If every product, if every pet, whether it is fish, dog, or all this, have only 4 product ID, then it become very easy to solve this, because uh, in the match count here in this match count here, you will give 4. So obviously, right here, it's sending the pet. So whatever the pet going, like let us say fish going, right? Understand? So here, if fish is going, so he has 4 fish. Or if he is passing dog, so 4 dogs. If he is passing cat, reptile, bird, all have 4. So all 4, right? So last value will be 4. So in match number, we can give 4, and problem will be solved, right? Problem. So and that way, if they will all pick the last value. But here, that is not the scenario. That is why it's very tricky, right? That's why it's not simple. So suppose here, any user who is passing fish, he has 4 fish, and the last value is fourth value. Understand? A user passing dog, he has 6. He will get 6 dogs for to choose as select a product value, and last value is 6. And a user who chooses either cat, reptile, or bird, they have bird, right? So they have 2 birds, right? And the last value is second. Understand, right? Second. Okay. So right. So now what you will do? Now in match number here, to pick the last, what you will give? How we will solve this? That is the question. Get? And that's why it is called changing value. The last dynamic value, last dynamic, last selection means the position of the last value is changing in nature. Someone is 6, someone is 4th, someone is having second. The last value, right? So how we will do that? Correct. What we will do here? How we will give, what we will be giving here, so that here the last selection will go. So let us say, if anyone chooses fish, so here his last selection should go 4th value. If anyone chooses dog here, so here for him the last value, last dog, the product ID of last dog should go. And anyone chooses cat, reptile, bird, for him the second value should always go. How to do that? Understand? Right? That is the requirement. So you see how tricky it is. So can right? So this we can solve only by understanding one scenario, which is -1 and array concept and match NR. Right. So but for now, if you just apply your mind, so it's not it's tricky, right? It's not it's difficult to understand. Correct? Or it looks difficult to achieve, right? It's not simple. Okay. So, but hope you got the scenario, right? Scenario is clear. Hmm? So if scenario is clear, we will proceed with the solution. Okay. We'll proceed with the solution. Okay. So let us say here, suppose this is selector field. So a person has chosen cat. So here's two types of cats, right? So now, since we are doing random currently in our script, we have chosen zero, right? So anyone, either Manix or Persian, he will select and send it over here. Correct. Over there. Right. So see, since we have given zero, so anyone, right? Either Manix or Persian. So he's chosen first one, and he has selected that first one, the Manix, right? It's the first. Correct. Now here another user, he is again bird. So again we have given zero, so he will either choose Amazon parrot or finch, and that he will send it in the next selection, which is uh, Amazon parrot here chosen. First one chosen, first one both chosen. So zero means anyone, either it can be first, second, or what, right? But now the requirement is that in both cases it should be the always the last, always the last one. So how we will achieve? Because when we are extracting this, uh, let me run it one more time. This example is fish. So fish, right? Select a pet fish. So here four fish are there, but since we have given zero, so tiger shark is selecting second one and is passing. You see, we have chosen tiger shark. Fine, he is selecting. That is what select a product ID. Correct. This is old script. That's why the names are looking like this. I'll change the name just this. Wait. First, let me explain the scenario. Now, this user again fish, right? So in that he has chosen angel fish, see, uh, first fish. But now what is the requirement is the last one. Okay. So how we will do that? Because suppose we are extracting those product IDs, right? Yeah. So if you see, we are getting four product ID. Suppose this is for fish. A user uh, who's chosen fish, when extracting we have four, and anyway since we have used zero, anyone is selecting and passing to. Same way, if person who has dog, he will having six product IDs, right? And they're also zero, so anyone will choose and pass it the next one. And for cat, reptile, bird, this these item will be only two, and since they're also zero is there, so anyone they will choose and pass it to. Just now we have seen in previous one, right? So that is the normal thing. But here requirement is there always the last. Now how we'll do that, right? Because you cannot give here four. Suppose you give here four, so it will only work for fish because only fish has four value, and the last one is fourth one. Right? It will not work for dog, or it will not for cat, reptile. Four value are not there. Only two values are. Right? For dog, last one is six. If we here if we give four, so fourth value will be picked for dog. Means the person who chooses the dog. So again, that is not going to work, right? So fixing is also not going to work. Random also it's not working, right? We cannot pass the value from CSV also because we do not know which user will be picking what value, right? So you are getting the point, right? That is one. So now problem. So for fish, this fourth is the last. For dog, it will be six, two more, and six will be last. And cat, reptile, bird, there will be only two value, and the two will be the second will be the last, right? So that is the scenario. Okay. Any doubt in the scenario? Like, if no doubt, then we'll proceed with the solution. So let me know if you have still the doubt or shall we proceed with this. So proceeding with the solution. Fine. To do this, right, we have to apply one concept called minus one concept, which is in match number case there are like one is fixed thing. Either you give for 1, 2, 3, so it will pick first, second, third, or you can give random value for a range, right? 0 for random, right? Within a range, we give a range, right? Now there is one more, which is minus one and match NR concept. Match NR means total number of matches. Okay. So what minus one does? Minus one makes the variable as an array. Understand? It makes the variable as an array. And now, what is the meaning of array in programming language? If you remember a little bit, array means a variable in which multiple values can be stored. Okay, multiple values can be stored. Right. So what happens in here? This is a variable and multiple value can be stored. This is an example of Python, right? Or same way, array list they call multiple value. So when what will happen when we are extracting the value here? Remember, we have to give minus one, right? Minus one. Now, when you give minus one here, understand? When we give minus one here, so this variable will become an array variable, and when it becomes an array variable, all values, all matching value, whatever the matching value are there, they will be stored in this in indexing form. Okay, indexing. What will be indexing? I'll tell you. Uh, uh, array and indexing. So elements of an array are represented by index. Okay, means see, suppose This is a variable called color. In that, three values are stored: red, green, blue. So their index is generally start from 0 in programming language, 0, 1, 2. Index means position number. Okay. So red will be 0, green will be 1, indexing 1, and blue will be 2, right? So you see, uh, so if we print color of index 0, so it is will print what? Color of index 0. Index 0 means the value which is present at index 0. What is that? Red. So if he is giving index 2, so the value which is present at 2, right? So that is at blue. Understand? So this is a variable. In variable, array variable, multiple values are there. Now that all value have a referencing. That reference is called is done with indexing number, which starts with 0 position, and these values are separated by comma. Okay. So the uh, same way, this variable will become an array, and all the matches, whatever the matches we got, right, all matches will be stored in that, right, like this only, like well, like this only, all four values suppose, and they will be having indexing number like 0, 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay. I'll show you. So, and remember, okay, so I'll show you. And another thing, and remember another thing, that the default value of array will be this. When we do -1, remember, the default value of the variable is this. Okay, default value, and rest are stored in this as a array, and they will be represented in indexing. We'll see. And debug sampler is very important to understand that. Okay, so right, I'm doing some changes. Just do not do this all this stuff. Just understand why I'm doing the changes. Is like I've just taken three transaction, not all this, right? Just to understand it. So that's why two things are failing. So rectify. Okay. Oh, -1. Yeah, so -1. Okay, correct. So, so you see here, dogs. Okay, dogs got selected, right? So there will be 6 dogs. You know that, correct? And if you want to see, I'll show you 6 dogs. No, no, wait, not here. This dog, 6 dogs. So you see 6 dogs are there, and when I use the tester, so again, I product ID. Okay, I'm not copying them. So product ID. Yeah. So 6, right? 6 dogs. So 6 product ID. Now, so this we are extracting, correct? And now what we have done earlier, we were using 0. So any one of that was getting selected and getting stored over there, and that is what it was getting passed over here. That was the simple. That is what we have done right now. Uh, if you see, now what will happen? This all will be stored in that variable in array form. So in debug sampler, we'll go and check. Fine. So what you see here, see the variable name is C product ID. So C product ID, the default value of that variable is this. You see, and then there is a self-created variable with indexing with the same name. So you see C product ID underscore 1, the first value. C product ID underscore 2, the second value. C product ID underscore 3, the third value. C product ID underscore 4, the fourth value. It means that the same way that the C product ID is C underscore product ID, right? Product ID has become now array variable. And for the dog 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So like this, 6 blocks has been created, and all those 6 values starting from the beginning. Remember, starting from the beginning, like first value, uh, which starting from the beginning, see 1, 2, BD1, PO2, then DL01, RT1, like that. So 1, 2, 1, 1, then 2, 1, like that, right? So starting from the beginning. So here BD01, first value. This is PO02. I'm not writing complete. Just this is DL01. This is RT01. This is RT02, and the last one CW01 has been stored in that. Okay, correct. This is BD0, right? And now if you see in the debug sample, so in the same way they are, in the same way, default value of that variable, is this, that I told just to. Now if you see underscore 1, so this is 1 variable name underscore 1. This is variable name underscore 2. This is variable name underscore 3. Right? This is variable name underscore 4. This is variable name underscore 5. This is variable name underscore 6. Do you see as it is? First value BD1, this second value P02, here 3 DL01, right? Here fourth value RT01, Like that, fifth and sixth are downside. You can see here. Fifth value RT02 and sixth is CW0. Understand? Correct. So now you'll ask me that indexing starts with 0. We have just seen. Yeah, it starts with 0, but in JMeter, what they have done, they have done with 1. Means because 0 can create confusion to the people. So generally in programming language, first value will their index will start with 0, right? Just now we have seen here, correct? Yeah, right. But that is true. But in this, what they have done is they have started with 1. So first value will be represented as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many value? Like, and likewise, so it will be like variable name underscore 1 means indexing 1, the value at indexing 1. Then underscore 2 value means here underscore 2 value means indexing whatever indexing 2 means variable name, and indexing 2 means value at number 2. Like 3, 4, 5, like this. Got the point? Right? So this is how it becomes, right? And default value of that variable is this, not found. Means what we give in default value, that becomes this. This is not only for dog, like for fish, cat, reptile, whatever, for anything. This is how it will work. So what? Yes, fish, suppose. Okay, yes, picked fish. So we know that, right? There are 4 kinds of fish. So again, what will happen for this? The same variable will become like this, and only 4 value will be to 1, 2, 3, and 4. So SW01, 1. This is SW02, and this is FW01, and this is FW02, right? And how they will be represented? Variable name. This is array variable. What is the name of it? C underscore product ID. And how they will be represented? Just now we have seen. This will be variable name underscore 1. This will be underscore 2. This will be underscore 3. This will be underscore 4. So only 4. It will be having only 4 because 4 data are there. That you can see in debug sample. So here you see the default value is not found, right? And if I scroll up, do you see here? First value, underscore 2, second value, underscore 3, third value, and underscore 4, fourth. See how, so this is array concept, right? Now there will be one more variable. So this is how they will be represented. And then there will be one more representation, which will be downside, which will call variable name and underscore match NR, which will tell how many matches are there, match NR. Okay. So variable name underscore match NR. So this will be for every like every selection. Correct. So suppose someone has selected dog, so it will show 6. Since here fish is there, 4, right? Like if there is a bird or something, it will be. So variable name and match NR stuff that represents the 4. Okay, got the point. Now using this, we will be solving this problem. Okay. And this is not only for this. Any if remember, just remember that whenever you give -1 in that match match number, so what this will become? This will become an array variable represented by underscore 1, underscore 2, underscore 3, like that, depending on how many value it has, right? And yeah, depending on how many matches it has, right? And uh, and default value of this variable will be this. Okay, and then there will be one more variable called variable name and match NR, which will tell how many matches are there. Okay, fine. Now using this, we will be solving that match that problem. So how we will solve this? Understand. See, when we have given -1, so all matches are stored in this. Now the last match Understand. Last match is C product ID variable name underscore 4, right? For fish, I'm telling, correct? So this variable I can pick here and I can put it here in parameterized form. Okay, understand. Understand this. Okay. So if a user who selects fish here, suppose he is sending fish here, any user, so he'll get 4 fish, and we have given -1. So these are self-created variables, right? These are self-created variable _1, _2, _3, _4. So suppose if I give this variable name _4 over here in parameterized form, right? In this way. So what will happen? The last value will pass. Correct? Last value will pass. Very clear, because we have just seen that variable name _4 is the last value, right? Clear? Now, for dog and reptile, so let us say, suppose a person has chosen dog, so it will be _5, and then it will be a variable in _6. Okay. So for him, what will be there? Here, for him, it will be variable name as it is _6. So I'll write it here. Variable name _6. Okay. This is how it will go. And a person who is selecting dog, cat, reptile, bird, for him it will be 2, because this will contain the last dog, last fish, last fish, and the last bird or reptile or cat. Very clear. Okay. Now problem is, you see, this 4, 6, and 2 is changing in nature. So if I do like this over here, if I put like this, now if I do 4, so it will only work for whom the uh, fish is selected, but it is not going to work for whom the dog is selected, or for whom the cat, bird, or reptile is selected, because for them it needs to be 6, or for cat, bird, reptile it needs to be 2. So now this part is fixed. Now this we have to update, right? This we have to update. So uh, like for fish it will be 4, for dog it will be 6, and for cat and bird, reptile it should be 2. Correct? Now how we will do that, right? So to do that, we will bring the match in our variable, the variable which is match in, because match in tells the number of values. Now understand, that was the relation, right? I told you that understand the relation, right? So I'll just write it here. So a person selecting fish have 4 fish. So total how many match? 4. And last match is 4. Understand the relation? A person selecting dog has 6 dogs, and the last dog is 6th dog. Right? 6th dog. A person selecting cat, bird, or reptile has 2 of them, 2 products, and the last one is this second one. Okay, second. So you see the relation is then the number of value and the last. 4 value, 4th is the last. 6 value, 6th is the last. 2 value, second is the last. Correct. So what we can do, since this 4, 6, 2 is changing in nature, but that is stored in this variable, right? So we can put this variable over here, only this variable, correct? We can put it over here. So what will happen for fish? Automatically it will be 4. So here it will come 4. For dog it will be 6. So here automatically it will come 6. For this cat, bird, reptile it will be 2. So here automatically it will come 2. Right? So can we do like this? Instead of this 2, we'll write in dollar $, versus variable. See, so understand. So a person who will be selecting fish, so this part will become 4. So it will be C underscore product ID underscore 4. For dog, this will be 6. So it will become C underscore product ID underscore 6, like this. And parameterization is already there. So here two parameterization is happening. Remember, this is called parameterization within parameterization or nested parameterization. And for cat, bird, reptile, this will become 2, right? So underscore 2. So it will look like C underscore product ID underscore 2, which will look like. And now they will go and pick. So for fish, it will go and pick the 4th value. For dog, it will pick the 6th value. And for cat, bird, and reptile, it is going to pick the uh, uh, 2nd value. Right, 2nd. So this will solve the problem or not? Tell me. Let's hope you understand this. Right? Correct. Any doubt? Anything? Okay. So this we can put it over here, like this in selector product ID stuff. So here it will become C product ID underscore 4 for fish, underscore 6 for dog, underscore 2 for cat, reptile. So we know that. So if it is product, if the user has selected 4 a fish, so product variable name underscore 4 is here, it will pick the last value. If a person has selected dog, so he will get 6 dog, so underscore 6 is last value. And as person selecting cat, bird, reptile, what for him it will be 2 reptile. This is reptile. So for him, if you see reptile, so 2 reptile, product ID 1 and product ID 2. So automatically here, and match NR, what is the match NR? Match NR is 2. So for him, here 2 will become. So C product ID underscore 2. C product ID underscore 2. So this will the last value. And the for fish we have just seen here. For fish, this is fish. So him C product ID match NR is 4. So there here it will become 4 and will pick this value. And same goes for dog, right? So is it clear on? Just tell me yes, no.
Yes, it's clear.
Oh.
Yeah, it is clear.
Now we'll run it and we'll see whether it is working. So do you see it's not working? Okay. It is going as it is. Okay, it's not picking the value. Fine. Okay, so it's not working. But the concept was correct. Our approach was correct, but it's not working, right? So understand. So this is remember this concept is called always remember, maybe you'll hear something or you may read out something, parameterization within parameterization or nested parameterization. Understand? There should be no doubt. Huh? Parameterization within parameterization or nested parameterization. Okay. So this approach is correct. It should be working as per our approach, but it's not working. So why it's not working? Remember, in any performance testing tool, okay, this thing called parameterization within parameterization or nested parameterization. I'm not writing whole, just understand. Parameterization is not supported. Okay, not supported. Directly, it's not supported. Means this doing a parameterization within one means one parameter means another in another parameterization, right? That's what double parameterization in same stuff is not supported in any performance testing tool, not only JMeter, in any in this IT world, whatever other tools are there, new load runner, whatever we have listed long back in day one. I have told so many tools are there, so it's not supported. Now you'll ask me if it is not supported, then how we'll do that? Okay. So see, this approach is correct, right? And it should solve the problem. But problem now, the next problem is it is not supported. Parameterization with it, it's not supported. So how will solve that? So for that purpose, in especially in JMeter, remember, especially in JMeter, they have given a function called V function. All right. And so V function helps in uh, doing this parameterization within parameters and how it works. So it's very, very simple, nothing to do. Just go to the function tab and just go to the last, just to the last, you'll see V. Okay, my name, ignore it. So now what we have to put is, you see here two things are there, default value and the name of the variable, right? So ignore the default value, the second input no need to give. Here in the first input, you have to give the name of the variable. Now which variable? First variable. See, here we are doing two parameters. So first is this, and inside this we are bringing this, right? So this is the second one, correct? This is second one and this is the first. So this variable, okay? Anyone, either you can do this or do anyone. So do not pick all like dollar and other thing, no, just the variable name. So this is the variable name, this much only. Copy that and put it in the first stuff here and click on generate. So it will generate like this. And now paste it over. So when you paste it here, you'll see almost it's looking like this only. Flower braces is there and dollar is there. But only thing is this variable name is enclosed using a V function. Okay. It is enclosed, means surrounded by a V function. Correct. Now we do what? Now in place of that 4, now in this place of this 4, you do that, bring that another variable in parameterized form. So parameterized form is always everywhere. So in place of this, so in place of this 4, now bring that second variable like this. So now if you see, this is what almost this looking similar. Only thing it is been enclosed with V function. And there is a process. First, we have to put this variable only variable name inside V function. Then it will generate like this, which where the variable name will be enclosed by V function with syntax of parameterization. And then inside this, whichever you want to replace. So here the 4, or suppose here 6 was there, or whatever 2 was that we wanted to replace with this second. So we did this in proper dollar flower basis variable name flower basis close, right? Everything is same. You see comma and all this thing is here. Only in place of 4, this underscore is also there. Only in place of 4, we replace this in parameterized form, this value. Right? Okay, very clear. Now you put this over. Now we put it over here, V function. Now let us run. Now you see it's failing because of some exception. We have given assertion value C underscore product ID, but it's now this has been replaced. So I'll give this in the assertion instead of Okay, so it will pass, but purpose is whether it is picking the last one or not. So cats. So Persian, right? Should pick the Persian. Persian. Fine. One more time. What is it? Cats? Again, it should be Persian one. Persian, right? So even we do repeatedly at where it should be last. What is this? Fish. So what will be goldfish? Correct. So goldfish. Do you see? So even we run for multiple users. So let us say we run for 4 users, but it will difficult to track 4 users. I'll run for 3 users. Difficult means just expanding and searching which user is who become difficult. So this is one user. Maybe I don't. But he has chosen bird. So last is finch. So if you see here, it should be finch. Yeah. Then this is another user, reptile. So iguana is the last. So here, see what it has. Iguana working. Then this is one user, birds again. So finch, right? So here it could have picked the finch again. One. So select a pet here, bird. So finch is the last one. So here product ID, finch, correct? Then here a bird. So here again finch. Then all three pick bird. Thank you. So it can happen, it happens. Because we have chosen random in select a pet. So all three has pet. It happens. Now here cat. So again, so Persian. So here, Persian, correct. And here is reptile. So iguana. So here it should be iguana. Yeah. Then here fish. Yeah, correct. So goldfish, right? So here somewhere it should be goldfish. Goldfish. Correct. So you see every user here cat. So Persian, right? Last cat. Another user reptile. So he should be picking iguana. So here iguana. One user picking fish. So here he should be picking goldfish. So you see goldfish. And the last one maybe fish again. So again it should be goldfish, right? So uh, goldfish. Okay. So this is how it works. So you see what we learned. We learned many concepts in this single example, right? We learned -1 concept. We learned about array, how array works in programming language. So even an interviewer asks you, what is array? So at least you can explain, right? So you see array thing also you can explain. So you see many things are interrelated. Even programming concepts are interrelated, right? So array, we learned about array. We learned about match and array concept. We learned about V function. We learned about parameterization within parameterization. We also learned that parameterization within parameterization or nested parameterization not supported by any tool, but in JMeter especially V function is given for that. You see so many things we learned, right? And we solve this problem also, selecting the last selection which is changing in each, correct? So this way a tricky interview question can uh, tell the interviewer whether the how much good the candidate is in the JMeter functionalities or the usage. Okay. One more tricky question was about the think time. So if anyone asks how why there is two element in think time, right? Why it is so, or how it works, right? Why that is implemented? Why we cannot use timer directly? So a single tricky question, right? Now, one last thing for today, that is second dynamic. So second dynamic value is more challenging. Okay, and generally they will ask this one because here you have to write a one line code also. Okay, and that way they will test your coding knowledge as well, right? So in this, it is same problem, but now thing is second last. So second last, you see four value, but for fish, okay, for fish four value. Second last is remember third value. Okay, for dog, sixth value. Second last is fifth value. So understand one relation. Second last means the last minus one. Okay, last minus. So fourth was last for the fish, and last minus one is third. Now for dog, sixth value and last value is six. So six minus one is the second last, right? Same way for cat, bird, reptile, cat, bird, reptile, we have two values, and last value is second. Now understand, a second last value will be value is equal to last minus 1. So what will be the answer?
First value.
First value. Okay. First. So just understand this relation and we will use in the same. Now what we have to do, so to solve that all thing will remain same, right? We have to make that variable as an array variable and all thing goes as same as what we discussed here. Okay, match in our concept or parameters within parameters and everything. Only thing is here we have to do minus 1. Understand? So if you do 4 minus 1, so 3. So here what will come? Here 3 will come. So third, for fish, what was the last value? Third, right? Remember for fish. 6 minus 1, here 5 will come. So that is the second last value for dog. And here 1 will come. Or let me write it. So fish, what is the second last value? Third. Check. Check. And for this value, 1. And how we will achieve? Because in array, this is like array, right? This is array, this is one array, and this is one array. So this is array for fish. This is array for 1, 2, 3, 4, for dog. This is for. So first value, second value, third value, fourth value. First value, second value, third value, fourth value, fifth value, sixth value, and first value and second value. So we know how this will are all represented, right? We have seen using minus 1. So variable name underscore 1, underscore 2, underscore 3. So underscore 3 is the second last value of fish. Underscore 5 is the second last value of dog. And underscore 1 is the second last value of all cat, bird, reptile, right? Cat, bird, CVR. And how we will do that? But how we will do that? So in match NR only, we have to do minus, minus, minus. So if you do minus 4 minus 1, 3 will come here because and 6 minus 1, 5, 2 minus 1, 1. But now understand how we will do that, right? So shall we do like this? This already we have done. So shall we give minus 1 here? Will it work? Right. Shall we give minus 1 here and will it work? So answer is no. Okay. It will never work like that. Why it will not work? Again, that is what little programming knowledge we should have. So always little programming concept knowledge that we should have. So little at always basic we should have. From beginning, I'm saying this that you cannot skip. So if I run this just for one user also, it will throw error. Nothing come and it's coming and then it's nothing but actually it's complete error one. The JMeter error, which is showing syntaxing error. It's a little clear on. So again, error will. Oh, it didn't throw error. Fine, but it has not worked. See, nothing is coming. It's nothing reflecting. Generate to throw error in this calculation. I'm not sure why it's not throwing error, but it's not working. Now, why it is not working? So little programming concept knowledge we have to know. See, variables are of 2 or 3 times. We will discuss this in programming section again, but a quick review I'll give it here. Okay, there we will talk in detail. So that's why this example generally I do not discuss here. I discuss this in coding section because it needs some programming knowledge. So generally variable are of integer type. Okay, character, string, right? String, boolean, right? Boolean, and some few more are there, right? So integer, character, string, we all know, correct? A float is there, mathematical integer or float, yeah, almost for maths, right? Numbers and decimal form, integer form, float, and this character, string, and boolean. Boolean is for true and false. Character and string is there for words or letters, right? Correct. So understand that this is a string. It's a string variable. Any variable in JMeter is a string variable. Always in any variable we create in JMeter is always a string. Now from string variable, you cannot directly do -1. You cannot never do -1. Maths. You cannot never do maths. You cannot deduct that. Okay. It's a wrong thing. You have to always convert it to integer. Integer to integer only. Means number to number variable one. So yeah. Ask, can we uh, do subtraction, do addition, simply addition to a string variable direct. Variable spelling is wrong, but it will take. This is Copilot. Yeah, actually, see, not arithmetic operation. Okay, concatenation is different thing. So we cannot do any arithmetic operation to a string variable. Understand? So like because string means what is meaning of a string can be it can a string variable can store a number, it can store a word, it can store a character, a symbol, anything. Okay, and so with a string, this can we do -1 with this? Any arithmetic operation we cannot. So then how to do, right? So there is a concept of converting number to a string or string to a number, which is called conversion. Okay, uh, uh, string to integer conversion, integer conversion, or then vice versa is also. So this all we will learn again in programming. This is a small basic thing I'll take cover because this is important. So we have to do that. Okay, string to integer conversion. So in Python it is done like that. JavaScript is done like that. In Java it is done like that. There is one more way, string dot integer dot parse in, or there is another form as well. And then we have to do the maths. Do that -1. Okay. So uh, this is This is not simple as it looks. Means the concept is simple, but the coding part will needs it needs some. uh, So for now, I'm just giving the description. Later you can solve it by yourself only. So there is a vast dot gate concept. Okay, which will read that match enough. So what is the value of that match enough? It will read it and store it in this variable, right? Then this is the conversion integer dot value. So suppose whatever it is reading 6 or 4 or 2, it is a string. So it will get the value of this was dot get and it will store that in a variable called a. Now we are now this a is a string variable, remember. Okay. Now we are converting this string variable to integer variable using this function called integer dot value. Right. This all logs are there to print. After that, once this get converted, so now this is an integer variable. So suppose this match nr is 6 for dog. Okay, understand? So it got stored in A. Now A is converted in B as integer. So what is the value of B? Value of B is 6 only. Okay, because it just get converted. Firstly, it was a string, and then now it become integer. The value remains same. So B value of B is 6. Now we are doing 6 minus B minus 1 means 6 minus 1, and we are storing in a variable called C. Okay, this all we can print. We will learn about that again. So again, covering all this will not be feasible, right? Because it will be again go on above head everything from beginning. I have to explain. So since we had already a separate session for that, so not to let us not waste time. But I am just telling you because again we'll be covering that there. Okay. So now 6 minus 1 is 5, and now 5 is stored in C. This you know, right? This is small maths. Now C is again integer variable. Why? Because we have done the mathematical operation here. Now again we have to convert that to string variable because in JMeter everything is a string variable. So if you want to use that value, suppose 6 minus 1 is 5, and we want to use that 5 uh, to be passed over here. So again, that from integer to string, we have to convert it to string. You see, it's very simple actually. So integer to value, converting string to integer, integer dot value of the variable name, and integer to string. This is int to string. So again, string dot value of that. So now same, the 6 minus 1 is 5. Now 5 is stored in integer variable. Now this is storing that in a string variable. So D is a string variable. Okay. Now this is for printing, just to verify our calculation. And the last thing is was dot put. Again, was dot put is also a concept. So these are two important concepts we will be learning. So was dot put means it is putting E and D. So D is a variable, right? And D I'm calling here. So what is the value of D? See, the mathematics has happened, right? So 6 minus 1. So value of D is 5, right? Now this 5 will be put into E. Okay, E. Now this E, uh, we will call over here, here, like this. Now if I go and use that, here, This will put into so product ID is getting extracted here, right? Array, and then all this operation is happening. Okay. Now this key we are putting it here. So it will become C product ID and underscore 5 for dog. It will be 4 minus 3 C product ID underscore 3 for fish and underscore 1 for cat, bird, reptile, right? And that way it is going to pick always the second last. This is failing because of response assertion. We'll rectify that. But you see it's working. And if I change the birds, so it should picking Amazon parrot, correct? To say like it has picked on Amazon parrot. One more time. What is birds? Again Amazon parrot, right? Amazon parrot. One more time. Dog. So this time Labrador, right? Labrador retriever. So let us see. The second last value, Labrador. Okay. So this is how it will evolve. Or if this is creating confusion, we can do like this. Instead of E, we can bring the same variable back here. Fine. So same thing. So we can do that. So now D value of D will be in this, and this uh, is already it's here. So we can put the, if this E thing you are not understanding, so put that like product match NR. But actually, this is not correct because match NR represents the last one, right? Total count. Putting this will create confusion. So you just give another variable name. So E or something or last value, whatever. Besides, so E or a variable. I have just given A, B, C, D, E just for understanding purpose. You can give any good variable name. Suppose you can give a last value, like or second last value, like second last value. Something you can give. And this instead of this match and put like second last one, right? So anything, so parrot, parrot. So see this again dog. So again Labrador, right? So see, so this problem has, if I ask this to anyone, so I can know that how much in depth is in JMeter, right? Because this problem is bringing so much stuff. It's bringing one programming concept. So if anyone says that have you done programming in JMeter? So if you say yes, I have done. So at least tell the basic. Okay. So he will get the knowledge of this. So single problem can test many things, right? So single interview question can test out many things. So programming knowledge, regular minus one concept, match NR, right? V function. You see, so many things we learn, and a single question, single tricky question, right? Fine. So do not worry about this code because this integer dot value of I'm doing this subtraction, we'll be doing that. But I have just told you, right, that how it works. Okay, so that is for today. Fine. So that is for today. Tomorrow, from tomorrow, we'll start. So these two things covered, right? Capturing last dynamic value or last selection, which position is changing, the function parameterization within parameter, nested parameter. Then capturing second last dynamic value or the selection, right? Very important thing in interview question. Correct. Now, from tomorrow means the from next day, we will be talking about this executions. Okay. So it will again take like 3 or 4 days. Just to it will. I'll try to finish. And means generally I do not count days, okay, because the point is topic should be covered. Right, day I do not worry about. So do not worry about this topic has to be. So see, I'm teaching what I have given. I'm explaining everything, right? All this thing we have given already. So I'm not escaping anything. Okay. Skipping anything. Few things I might have skipped in the beginning, like preparing the NFR document of your stuff. So that we will be covered in uh, uh, later section. Or nowadays, even if you ask a Copilot or a Chat GPT that hey, prepare me a NFR document for uh, performance testing of an application, right? So he will prepare NFR document for performance testing of application. Correct. So this all thing nowadays we will get easily through this stuff. Or test strategy document, correct? Or yeah, test case document. So will give you what you should be putting in that. The complete how it looks, purpose. See, this is how it heading, purpose, a scope, system overview, goals, right? Or put on all those things. Everything you will tell, right? So that is the beauty. But why I didn't cover in beginning that because suppose if you do this, so now what is 90 percentile? You will not understand, right? So that's why I said that NFR document preparation comes with the experience, and generally minimum 6+, 7+, 8+ years of experience people does this stuff. In PTLC life cycle, hope you remember I've explained that. Right? Generally 3 year, 4 year people, 5 year people do not do this thing because it has so many things is involved in that, and only when you have idea of all those things, then only you prepare like that, right? So it comes with the experience. So generally we do not have to worry about. But you see, a single question you type. Even there are NFR document loaded on our Profimetrics website and some other websites also. ChatGPT does what? It reads from them only and just gives us summary, right? So there are 3 websites where these are there. From that, it has read up and it has given that. So this is a few things we can always take help of ChatGPT and they will answer. So few things I have just what I said I have skipped because those are high level thing or very high level thing. Okay. Apart from that, as per the 3 year, 4 year experience, what needs to be done, that all I have made and I'm covering that. Okay. So fine. So next, yeah, will be starting the execution, how the execution is done, how the reporting is done, all this. So now we have completed the scripting, right? Okay. Okay. Fine. So you can leave. I'll just rectify this last.
Hi VK, I have a just
Hi.
question, one query like we use the code to fetch the dynamic value, second last dynamic value. But
Mhm.
if in the function that we call like minus v, if we use the like comma -1, so does it help us instead of the code like because for one of the project I use that. So
Where is the where?
uh, in the last one like code where we fetch the
I
second last
I
dynamic.
understand here. So here, what you are saying?
Here after the braces, no, that curly comma one comma
Mm-hmm.
huh. After the comma there is, if you put -1, so might
No, no,
it's work.
it works. No,
uh, I'm asking actually that one
no,
because
no, it will not work.
it will not work. Okay.
Mm. Because again, how it will work? See, you will putting this value will be 6, right? Suppose.
Huh. Huh.
So this is C product underscore 6,
Mhm.
and you are doing -1 from. So it's not possible, right? This is a variable, and that two string variable.
Okay. Huh.
So here both this is also so after this value is substituted, it will look like this 6. Now you are doing -1 for. So this
Mhm.
itself is again a variable, string variable. So any variable in JMeter by default it's always a string. So this is
Okay.
also one variable. This is an.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Yes. And in the code we use like there is a we use some just for example you use some random variables like A B C D E like so in the
Mm-hmm.
last you use variable dot put like from D to E
Ah,
you are
put yes.
haha.
It's here
So
somewhere.
so instead of that putting this value in the E, can we print directly D value like
Ah, not in the even one variable can be carried away. This only you can put here, here.
correct.
All we can do. But since I do not do because beginner people do not understand that concept because that value swapping happens in variable, right? So just for, but that is a good way. So why? Because more variable, more memory, it will
Huh.
eat, right? So in a smart programming, we do the same thing. We use same variable, switch the values, right? But this is just for a beginner people to understand. If
Okay.
I
Okay.
write this only here, so many people will get confused. But it is right. Who doesn't come from that background, or they might have learned, or they have forgotten. So this happens.
Okay. Yes. Yes. But that's only I wanted to.
Okay, fine. So I'll be giving that example script which we have seen, uh, that one, which I've just to Google. Thank you for attending. Have a